last one.
Well done there, Mr. Cheese. That's looking extra lovely.
Actually,
A fantastic piece of work.
You don't notice the... Yeah, no, you still notice the crookedness.
It's fine. I mean, we're not perfect. It's all good. People are still going to get chopped up and chucked in there, so, you know, it's the spirit that counts, you know? Yeah, we're just going to fill in the gaps over there, and I think we're pretty much done. Obviously, we've still got to build the track around the actual build and whatnot and go, you know, along the road, but it should be good. Should be good. Good evening, Rascal enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. More specifically, Halloween barders. So, of course, last week we had the Halloween Week 1 rust off for 2025, and tomorrow we are anticipating Week 2, okay? So I know some very nice looking skins appeared on the workshop over the past weekend, but we are expecting Week 2 tomorrow, right? And I am expecting a lot of skins as well. I think we're going to probably see about 20 of them. There's more than enough to pick through. But what will be selected, we shall see. All right, so we know what we're expecting tomorrow. Next week, November Forcewipe, we will be back to regular skins. Let me tell you, some very cool, very interesting skins were submitted. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Yep. Handmade LMGs. So, cool. But we're here to focus, trying to figure out what prices we want to offer for all the Halloween skins and also the brand new wallpapers, which you can see over here. We have Cobweb Wood, Halloween Bats, Dia de los Muertos, and we also happen to have Tree Roots. Some very interesting wallpapers, but don't forget, we're also anticipating Christmas ones as well. So they might be pretty interesting right now, but then we have Christmas. Who knows, we might have some for Lunar New Year again. Valentine's, perhaps? Easter? Then we have them next year. Are they going to get brought back, or are they just going to simply add to it a brand new wallpaper every single year? We'll see, okay? So let's get focused. Let's start yapping about all the skins. We don't really have that much time left, because don't forget, clocks have changed. Abnormals are now 1 hour earlier. So if you're in Europe, if you're in the Americas, an hour earlier in the evening. So I've got 40 minutes. Let's roll. Ghost Furnace. It has about 70,000 subscribers. So when I looked at this initially last week, I thought, oh yeah, that's selling a lot, because it was selling like crazy in the first few hours, wasn't it? So the first 24 hours of sales, that did 31,000 subscribers. I made a joke and I said, haha, I won't be surprised if it does 60,000 subscribers. I said that as a joke. We're at 70. Now, with all due respect, and I've listened to the messages and the words people have said on YouTube, so if I could just quickly switch over to here, you know, here's the 48-hour analysis where we always make like estimates in regards to what the sales will be. A lot of people are sitting there and saying, yeah, I like the furnace. I thought it looked cool. I thought there's going to be nothing like that, you know, nothing like it ever to be accepted again. So they went in, they bought it. It generally does come across that a lot of people bought it because they liked it and they wanted it. It's not like there's a bunch of people buying out huge stocks of it. Although I can't help but assume we're probably going to still see that happening. There's a lot of these. At bare minimum, at the very least, around 70,000 individual people have bought that furnace. That's insane. Now, if I were to just kind of give you like some context here, let's look at the player count right now. There's 80,000 people playing. Are you telling me, potentially, about 70,000 of them have bought that furnace? Or more specifically, we peaked at 120,000 today. That's probably a little bit better, but you get the idea. A lot of people bought the skin. Are there going to be any potential problems? Well, by default, that's a lot of sales. That's more than the Heatseeker MP5. Now, again, we're not surprised people bought that because that had a transparent aim sight. The absolute best transparency we've ever seen on an MP5. But because there's so many of them, and I think we might see it on the front page right now. Oh, there's a Heatseeker revolver. Oh, there's the Thompson. Come on, MP5. You're normally on the front page. There we go. Right. Over 1,000 listings. And it's not exactly doing great, but it's not exactly doing terrible either. This sold for $3. Right now it's October. Prices have dropped off real bad. It's sitting here at $2.20. And let me tell you, during the summer, it did rise back up again. So as long as it's in demand, so as long as nothing compares to it, it still works out quite all right. And when times are bad, still it's going to go down a course. Again, you can't be surprised at the amount that are going to be listed. So hopping back over to here, looking at this Ghost Furnace, you're going to sit there and say, well, Hedge, it's transparent. We've never seen anything like this before. Surely it can't happen again, right? If I just quickly hop over to here and look at all the recent furnaces and, oh, what's this? I've showed it off in the special preview video. I've showed it off in its very own short video. Say hello to the UFO abduction furnace with transparency. The floodgates are open. Skin creators are going to start making a lot more furnaces now with transparency. I can't help but assume that the ghost furnace is going to drop off. I don't think it's going to hold its value. That's what I tried to say. Yeah, it's selling at $2. And by all means, if you bought one for yourself, you bought something for yourself. It was a treat for yourself. You wanted it, you liked it. Chances are you just wanted something nice to decorate your base with, because it does look cool. With all due respect, it looks nice. But I do believe we will start seeing more transparent furnaces from here now. So in terms of buy orders, how am I going to approach this? I don't want to go above $1. And I can't help but assume it will still go below $1. 60 cents to 80 cents. I worry for it. But by all means, if you bought just one for yourself, there's no problems. There's no issues. You liked it. You supported the skin creator. Who knows? Next year, next Halloween, maybe we'll see more of these Ghost Deplorables potentially being made. What would you like to see as a sequel? Feel free to comment below. But I do believe that is going to drop off. So, yeah. It is what it is. Own Cultist garage door. I've talked about this more than enough. I'm not sure how I'm going to approach talking about it, because technically speaking, I was somewhat involved with it. I'll sit here and say this. We're literally on the cusp of matching up to last year's total amount of garage doors being accepted. And, well, that's pretty absurd. But also consider this. With brand new skinnables being added to Rust, are we going to start seeing sheet metal doors, garage doors, AK-47s, SAR skins? Are we going to start seeing them being accepted less? Because we just keep seeing far too many garage doors being accepted every single year. Last year was the record-breaking amount, 34 in total. We still have several Rust doors to go, and we're at 33. And Twitch drops. Oh. So, by all means, I think a lot of people did happen to like it. The lovely works of Monstera and Uncle producing a fantastic looking design. By all means, did you buy it? Did you like it? Feel free to comment below. Could you see a sequel next year? Ooh, who knows? But yes, obviously it's in reference to Mr. Alistair. The Scale Alistair, oh yes indeed. But in terms of how I'm going to approach it, I have seen quite a lot of people say some very positive words about this. And I can't help but assume it might perform better compared to most garage doors. So personally, at $2.49, well, does it compare to an anime girl garage door? Now imagine this as well. Imagine if we see one of those being accepted tomorrow. There's like 5 anime girl designs that are submitted that are garage doors, and well, what do you reckon tomorrow? What do you reckon? If we don't see a garage door tomorrow, I could see that working out quite alright. But if we do, it might instantly take away the attention from that. Chat, what's your opinions? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Personally, I think with that, I might just do like $1 to $1.50. Maybe $1.20 to $1.70. So, yeah, anime number 1. But that, Antinomy, that. Right, $1 to $1.50. I'll go with that. We'll see how it goes. But it's been a bit hard not to talk about it like thoroughly, because, again, I'm kind of connected to it. But yeah, I could see it performing a little bit better. We should be past the worst of it now in terms of prices. Is that going to instantly suffer? Does it scream Halloween? Does it have like pumpkins all over it and whatnot? Is it too gimmicky for Halloween, or does it just look cool? And if it does just look cool, it can work out quite nicely. So those are the points I'm just trying to get across to all of you. Let's now talk about skeleton burlap. So we obviously had the shirt, the pants, and of course the balaclava. It glows. It should be fixed now. So there is one concern. People don't want to run around in glow-in-the-dark clothing. But the second concern is, it is gimmicky towards Halloween. It's the skeleton. It's the generic skeleton costume. So basically, I'm going to sit here and say, by default, like how we'd normally approach every single clothing and armor piece when it comes to a season. Well, so, you know, like Easter, Christmas, Halloween, even Lunar New Year, I guess you could say. 30 cents to 40 cents. Yes, I know they're selling at $1.49 each. 30 cents to 40 cents. I do believe it will drop off, and I do believe it will drop off pretty hard. But this has happened before. We've approached it before. We've been successful picking up these skins for super cheap. Next year, could we see a collection continuation? Fingers crossed, but I wouldn't be surprised if 1on J does commit to that. It's nice what it is. It's goofy. That's what people like, especially for Halloween. But it will drop off. It will drop off. 30 cents to 40 cents. Now, it very likely could still hold up quite nicely with the sheer lack of burlap skins being accepted. Who knows? We might see Burlap becoming a focused item of the month. The pair of them. We might start suddenly seeing tons of them being produced and accepted. If that happens, yeah, that's going to be a big problem for this. But the best thing that we can compare to was the previous year's Halloween set. So if we just quickly look at this. As you can see, Nightmare Clown Burlap shirt. Pretty goofy with its whole set with the balaclava and the pants as well. I mean, it did good. But it did drop off somewhat recently like many skins. And as you might notice, initially it went all the way down to about 50 cents. It went down pretty hard. Kind of had a nice, somewhat slow, steady climb up. But again, very, very recently dropping off again. So, yeah, I can't help but assume, especially with this glowing in the dark, that people are going to be concerned. And, yeah, so, lowball builder. 30 cents to 40 cents for all 3 pieces. Lord of the Night Locker. A very nice gothic design. A scary ritual taking place within, inside of it. But in terms of how am I going to approach this? Well, unfortunately, we're kind of struggling with the amount of lockers being accepted this year, and as you might imagine, with far too many skins being accepted for a particular, item, they all start to struggle. There's too much competition. They're all trying to, they desperately need your attention, your love, and if you don't give it, then they drop off in value. They drop off hard. This year we've had 12. Last year we had 7. Last year before that we had 8. We've started seeing far too many locker skins being accepted, and it's becoming more and more of a concern. I just can't help but assume we're going to see even more Twitch drops. Yeah, I can't help but assume it will drop off. 16,700 subscribers is quite a lot, especially compared to more recent ones. It very likely will drop off like these. So chances are... That got real cheap, wow. 60 cents to 80 cents. I'm so sorry, but I'm just not sure. If you feel more confident, push up to about $1, but I think that will be dropping off. It's more of a case of, if we hadn't seen so many lockers being accepted over the past year, I would feel more confident with it. But I think we're going to start seeing even more and more and more of them after this, especially Christmas time. So, yeah. Spooky Harvest Fridge, too gimmicky for Halloween. Perfectly fine for Halloween, lovely for Halloween. Not surprised it was one of the the prize winners for the first week, but far too gimmicky for Halloween. And once it's out of season, it's going to drop off. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the cheapest fridge. Nothing wrong with its design in terms of what the skin creator made and whatnot. It's too gimmicky for Halloween. Will people want to put that up when it's Christmas? Easter, the summer, probably the summer, but yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, yeah. What's the cheapest skin right now as we sit here in October? And it is the lovely balloon cart. So for you, 60 cents to 80 cents. Yep. Tooth Monster Headwrap and Poncho. Last year, when we saw the hoodie and pants, guess what I said? 30 cents to 40 cents. Yep. So, what do you reckon I'm going to say with these two? 30 cents to 40 cents. Yep. Sorry to say, but we do expect a massive drop-off. Very cool design. Very scary-looking Headwrap. Skin Creator did a perfect, wonderful job with that. But it's going to be out of season again. It's going to drop off. 30 cents to 40 cents for both pieces. Didn't sell too ridiculously, but still, yeah. I can't help but assume it's going to drop off, so yeah, sorry. Zombie LR300. LR300 skins don't hold up. They are not appreciated. Look at all the recent skins. See, these aren't all seasonal, but they're struggling. Black Ops LR300 had some weird funny business going on with it. People kept buying it out. I think that was an attempt for manipulation, so I can't really trust this one. But Heatseeker dropped off. Apocalypse Nomad dropped off. Eye of the Jungle, Azure, it's all bad. Sorry to say, but 60 cents to 80 cents. It is what it is. The Devourer Backpack. I can't help but assume we'll probably see like a nice collection continuation for this next year. Maybe some hoodie and pants. Maybe a Headwrap, a Poncho or something. Who knows? But I can imagine a collection continuation. Now, in regards to its design, pretty goofy, pretty scary. Does it scream Halloween? Well, it's not like there's pumpkins all over it, but it is a scary monster. Will people appreciate a scary monster backpack? Or will they just say, you know what, I'd rather use any of these other backpack skins? And that very likely would be happening. So, seeing these drop off. In fact, what's the cheapest backpack we have in the game right now? Let's go ahead and find that out. So it just so happens to be Hazmat. Wow, that is 60 cents. 60 cents after selling at $2.49. Wow. I think I might just do... See, I can't really imagine it dropping off too much because it's only got 9,400 subscribers. I mean, how much did I reckon you were going to do by the end of the week? I looked at that backpack and I thought it was going to do between 11 to 13,000 subscribers. You have undersold. Wow. I honestly thought it was going to do better. So if it sold less, could it probably improve a bit? Maybe. You know what? 70 cents to $1 for this one. It does seem like it sold just a little bit too low. So, all right, cool. Surgeon hat. Well, of course, the miner hat is the focused item of the month. Do not be surprised with the possibility that we still see another miner hat tomorrow and November Forcewipe. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. They have dropped off. This appears to have dropped off, but it did actually rise up in price initially. It's only got 16 listings. You see about 3 sales here, and then suddenly it's back up to its Rust price. There's next to nothing here. But is it actually in demand? How many sales have we seen in the past 24 hours? 5. There has been 5 sales. However, looking at you, the Surgeon hat, I bet you next year Diaz does make a collection continuation. I bet you would get like a Burlap Surgeon set. So, do I feel super confident with that? Well, I mean, he could just probably redo the bandana, add some boots. Year after that, Burlap clothing. It would have to be a slow progression. So by default, much like with all these Halloween clothing armor pieces, what does Hedge say? Cheap. But I can't imagine it dropping off too low. 40 cents to 50 cents. Yeah, I know it's selling for $1.49, but I am expecting another miner hat tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more potentially in the near future. That is also kind of Halloween themed. We have to hope and wait for a nice collection continuation next year. I wouldn't be surprised if Diaz does do, he does do it. Just gotta wait another 50 weeks. So, okay, cool, fair enough. But yeah, I'm still concerned about where the price is going to go. So that is pretty much everything. Let's now talk about the wallpaper packs. So over here, we have Cobweb Wood, we have Dia de los Muertos, we have Halloween Bats, and we have Tree Roots. So I guess I might talk about them all at the same time, but I will point this out. Quite a lot of people are really into Tree Roots. They do happen to like this floor paper. They do happen to appreciate it. Perhaps you could hide things under the wallpaper. Oh, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, pretty cool. Has been getting quite a lot of attention. But I have to remind you, we are anticipating a Christmas wallpaper batch as well. It does sound like we're getting 4 of them as well. Might be ceiling, might be floor paper, might just be walls. Who knows? But we're expecting more. And I wouldn't be surprised if we should start expecting more for future holiday events as well. Are these going to get brought back? Don't know. But if they do, at the very least, it is expected that they'll just return back to their price. If it's selling below its price, we can expect it to return to go back up. But if it sells too high in comparison to what its Rust price is, it's expected to go low. So basically, remember how mummy wraps are selling for over $10 somewhat recently? Well, it's gone down in price because it went back to its Rust price. Noticed how the carvable pumpkin was struggling to stay up to about $1? Well, because it's returned at $4, it's actually doubled in price. So yeah, it can go either way. In regards to the responses, in regards to what people have said in regards to the designs of these, I mean, at the very least, you can offer $1. That's super safe. Then I think, for all of them, at their worst, I imagine they'll probably go down to about $2. At their best, of course, they'll be nice and profitable. Are you going to drop off initially? Are you going to drop off when we see the Christmas wallpapers? Would this be considered out of season? Well, let me tell you this. I think Dia de los Muertos would always be appreciated. A very nice, colourful, fun-looking design that happens to glow in the dark. I think Cobweb Wood will be appreciated because it's animated. It glows and it's animated. Now, some people some people try to say, Hedge, I can see the bats at night time. Nice, but it doesn't appear that they glow. It doesn't appear that they glow. Tree Roots, you don't glow, but you are somewhat, reflective. You do stand out very nicely in light at night time. But I can't help but assume Dia de los Muertos probably will be appreciated more. Inside the base, it stands out very nicely, helps you kind of navigate around and whatnot. I would presume. But I expect all of them to at least drop off a fair bit initially. So I think for Dia de los Muertos, $1.20 to $1.70. Tree Roots the same, $1.20 to $1.70. I'm not sure a Cobweb's going to be appreciated as much. It looks nice, but it's not super in your face. $1 to $1.50, and I think Halloween Bets may be the same thing, $1 to $1.20, $1 to $1.50. I'm a little bit more worried about Halloween Bets. Definitely more like Halloween themed and gimmick, and I can't help but assume that might be the one that suffers the most. The issue with this is that unfortunately we don't know how many. We don't have a clue how many each have sold. it's made by Face Punch, we'll never know. There's no workshop page that's keeping track. So by all means, tell me, did you buy a pack each? Did you grab all of them? Which one did you buy out, but then did you skip any others? It would be very interesting to find out what people say, right? So are they going to be in the shop again tomorrow? Yes, they are. That is expected. So all the items made by Face Punch, so everything here, if it's made by Face Punch, it is expected to return again tomorrow. Good shout there, Mr. Pavlicatura. But in terms of prices, yeah, between $1 to $2 sounds to be the best bet. But if it really does pick up and, you know, kick off quite nicely, you might miss out. So by all means, if it looks nice to you, just go ahead, buy a pack each for yourself. Appreciate them. Adore them. But it is expected more will be in the way with future seasons. And who knows, maybe just nice general packs in general. Imagine if we've got like a charity pack. That would be cool. That would be cool. But anyway. So, cool. That's nice. Let's now talk about the regular skins. So we have 2 regular skins for this week. We have the pumpkin boots and the That Thing Rock. So in regards to pumpkin boots, I did talk about how you could probably pair it up with the what's it called? The pumpkin armor collection, Robstar's collection. But this isn't a Robstar skin. This is made by MNNL. This is a brand new person. Perhaps they'll make their very own collection continuation next year. But what I'm talking about is pumpkin armor, which you can see right there. Yep. So pumpkin armor tier 2. But if I just type in pumpkin, you'll get like the hoodie and pants. You'll get like the roadside gloves. There is a possibility tomorrow that we could see a jacket. If that happens, oh, that's going to look very, very nice. But will people want to pair up those boots with this set, considering we never got the pumpkin boots for this collection? Who knows? But could we see the jacket? All right. Anyway, hopping out of here. Whilst I did make that connection, I'm not 100% sure that people are going to even bother. Again, do people even like having boots? So with what I see here, again, Halloween themed clothing armor piece, 30 cents to 40 cents. I know, but still 30 cents to 40 cents. It's also sold quite a bit more compared to the pumpkin armor collection. There'll be quite a lot of it, is what I'm saying. So we'll see how that turns out. But let's say if we see like a hoodie or pants or some armor next year that's connected to this, oh yeah, people will appreciate that. So we'll see how it goes. Socks with Crocs. Oh. Right, moving on. That Thing Rock, not exactly super thrilled or crazy for this. What's the cheapest rock we have in the game at the moment? Let's just quickly find that out, because we do have quite a lot of them. Tons of Twitch drops that you might notice. Wow. But over to here, Santa's Cookie Sack, a very gimmicky Christmas design, 87 cents. That Thing Rock, it doesn't scream Halloween to me, but it does kind of scream, horror, the horror. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you know what? It still very likely will be dropping off. With the amount of rock skins that we've seen so far this year, in terms of cute designs, fun designs, interesting designs, only 2 of them are in the positive. Interesting. So I look at this, I question it, and I think, you know what? I don't imagine it's going to do crazy, but I don't imagine it to drop off too much either. I think for that I'll do like 80 cents to $1, maybe $1.10. Looks cool. Hasn't sold absurd numbers. What do you reckon? Does that look impressive to you? I called him Frank, and I threw him away. Perhaps this will be appreciated as time goes on. It looks weird, but then again, do people appreciate that? So, all right, fair enough. We'll leave it at that. So that's everything in regards to Halloween. To be honest with you, probably the best thing to chase after would be the wallpapers. It honestly wouldn't be surprising. Once it's out of season, we should expect problems. But more specifically, only the ones that are a whole lot more like Halloween gimmicked. The same rule applies to Christmas. If it's too gimmicky for Christmas, those skins are likely to suffer as well. But if you do eventually see collection continuations, all right, that's cool. So, all right, cool. Understood. All good. Let's talk about some other things. So, in regards to what we saw on the workshop, let's go over to here, micro522.com. As you'll notice, a lot of regular skins have been submitted. And yep, handmade LMGs have been submitted. For November Forcewipe, we are expected to see the return of some lovely looking collections. But of course, we're expecting the arrival of some very cool looking handmade LMG skins. So this was the first ever one to be submitted from Mr. Shedmon, the Phantom handmade LMG. If I could just quickly navigate over to here, you'll see for yourself lots of interesting designs have been made, but which ones will be accepted? Which ones do you happen to like? So I believe the most popular, the arcade handmade LMG is getting a lot of attention, followed by the training handmade LMG, Blackout, No Mercy, Thunder Gold, jungle. We also have like alternative designs as well. So lots of interesting approaches. But this next weekend, we're also expecting even more. So there's a fairly decent chance you can have about 30 different designs that could potentially be accepted. But which ones will be accepted? Who knows? Lots of very cool designs that you can actually go ahead and take a look at right now. Because, of course, I hopped on staging. I made some short videos showcasing them. Now, not all of them, because I recorded this at a certain time. I'll have to make a part 3, basically. So there's 6 of them, but there's a few more. But I'll make an extra video showcasing them once again. And, yeah, we'll see which ones eventually get accepted. Because tomorrow, we're not expecting handmade NMGs. Tomorrow, we're expecting Halloween week 2. Cool. So, yeah, I've actually uploaded a video showcasing all the small boxes we could see tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll have a short video showcasing all the large boxes we could see tomorrow. Because we never got storage. Like, you could say like a fridge, but not really. Where's my boxes? Where's my small box? My large box? Where's my weapons? To be honest with you, I only got 1. But overall, there wasn't that many weapons and tools submitted. A hammer would be sweet. What about some hoodie and pants? Some tier 2, some tier 3. Let's see some more of that. Primitive boots. Well, a backpack as well. Where's the tier 3, the tier 2, the hoodie and pants? Where's all that? Right, so we'll leave it at that then. So overall, lots of interesting things that could be accepted. The question is, what's going to be accepted? No clue whatsoever. So we'll see how that turns out. By all means, comment below. Look in that collection yourself. Tell me what you'd absolutely adore seeing being accepted. Chances are you just want to see collection continuations. I am in the same boat. Now, is there anything new in regards to what we see on the commits? Well, there's just lots and lots of DLC. What? Boxes. Conditional art models. Okay, I don't think that's actually anything. Here's a box. That'd be $5, please. What? Hey, Sponge, come on now. Chill out. Looks like they're preparing for the 12th birthday for Rust. Some brand new balloons. Some brand new hats. A brand new cake. Lovely stuff. So that'll be December time. Still no word in regards to what's going to be the Twitch Drops event for November. Nothing's been said yet. I know some people are very eager, but I have no idea yet. Sorry to say. So, yes, Christmas DLC is expected eventually, but you very likely won't be seeing any work on that for another 2 or so weeks. As we go through November, we start anticipating what we could eventually see in Christmas time. I do remember some sort of mention in regards to some sort of sled, a Christmas sled. Okay, what's that going to be? Don't know, but we'll find out. And yeah, player count. Player count has improved significantly. Of course, we have Halloween on Friday. Not sure how many people are going to be playing then, but October has definitely done a much better job compared to September. But November is not getting the naval update. That's now been pushed back to December, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, November probably will still just keep the momentum from October. And yeah, towards the end of the year, we hope to see a lot of people turning up. And with the beginning of next year, post-Christmas, we expect to see tons of people there so that we can sell all our Rust skins for some sweet, delicious profit. So, cool. Chat, there's tons of skins to chase after. I certainly hope you got all your barders nice and ready. Oh my, look at all that. So yeah, better start getting prepared. And do not forget, with barders now, you have to do a practice barder beforehand because it will ask you permission. It's a stupid thing, but it's just the way it is now. So make sure you get those practice barders in chat. So that's everything. Anything else that needs to be said? Well, as I mentioned, lots of very nice regular skins have been submitted. You can see all the handmade NMGs right there. But if you want to be up to date with everything, by all means, consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video. There's a lot of skins. There is tons of collection continuations. Look at all of that. So many bed skins this week as well. Forest Raiders bed, Cyber bed, Anime Girl bed, yeah. Pirate bed. We also have Neon Green bed. Seems Mr. Duck is trying to get various different, like, neon beds being accepted, which is a bit odd, but hey, if it gets accepted, we'll see. Xenotype has returned. Small Props collection has returned. It's all there. If you go see for yourself what it is, consider watching. The chapters are there. You're more than welcome to skip ahead if you so wish. And now, we wait for the barders. Got a good 10 or so minutes to go. Chat, get yourself nice and ready. Let's get nice and warmed up. Let's now skip ahead. Proceed with the barders, and then we'll talk about the abnormal barder support afterwards. Okay, 30 seconds to go. Tons of barders to do. Yeah, wonderful. But just remember, so as long as you are fast enough, at some point eventually, you will very likely pick these up. But it might take time. if those item, if the wallpapers are brought back again, yeah, I think you probably will be picking this up eventually. Try and put down a decent barter. Best of luck to everybody. And 3, 2, 1, boom. Welcome to early Rustore buy orders. Well, I mean abnormal buyers, I should clarify. So yes, from here and now for the next 6 months, abnormals an hour earlier, Europeans are happy, and Hedge had to sell a bunch of stuff pretty urgently because he didn't have... Oh, there you go. All right, let's shut up with the stories. Someone saw the price I put down and they copied me. I don't like you. They saw the price I was going to put down. They knew what I was going to do. I can see you, chat. All right. Okay, let's go over here. Skeleton burlap, no. Pants, no. Some of these are missing. Okay, there's another one. Dio de los Muertos. Skins! Show me the skins! Right, we're not seeing the skins. Where are the skins? Ghost Furnace. Right, so you got barters. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, people aren't super thrilled with you, are they? No. No, they are not. They're quite spooked. Ha ha! Cultists Garage Door, no. So you know what? I might skip over and start doing some barters on the other account. Here we go. Ba-boom. Let's go. Right, so we can see barters going all the way up to about just over $1. People are scared. I'm not scared. Ha ha. Right, what do you mean? Well, I'm going to go do this now. Ta-da! And I'm going to go do this now. Ta-da! Cool. Right, let's go do this. Tree roots, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Right, let's go do this. Am I offering too much? I might be offering too much. I didn't consider that. Well, okay. Yes, that'll do. And Halloween bats. Bats. To be honest with you, I might just do that. Right, back over here. Have we got any more buy orders? Oh, yes, I see them. Right, let's just see what everybody else has done. Yep, everybody's kind of got the game plan. Understood. Oh, good. Right. They're going to get cheap. Oh, yes, they will. They're going to get cheap. Oh, yes, they will. They're going to get cheap. Oh, yes, they will. So you better be prepared. Right. Right, Cultists Garage Door, how you doing? Right, so some people here are not very confident with you, which is quite a shame because you're a pretty cool looking design. Right. You know what? I think we've got a decent amount of barters down. Let's now skip ahead. Take a look at the abnormal barter spot and question, do you actually want to jump in and buy any of these skins? Okay. So it's been a couple hours since we did the abnormal barters. That Ghost Furnace. I don't think we really emphasise the amount of sales it truly has. So of course, subscriber count, we can only tell like how many individual people have bought the skin. That's clearly just about to reach 70,000 subscribers by tomorrow, yeah, for sure. But if you're to like compare to all the other skins in Rust, is it actually one of the highest ever selling skins? Well, number one for furnaces, yeah, like 100%. But the other highest selling furnace, as you look over to here, that did 50,000 subscribers. You can clearly see it's not really holding up very well. 70,000, a 20,000 gap from that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, well, great thanks from Mr. Micro. He passed this over to me, and well, look at that. So if I could just quickly like zoom out a little bit more. Tempered Thompson's actually on top. Now remember, SEMM can only see so many accounts. Some of them are private. Some of them probably are just lost to time. But yeah, 93,000 plus minimum supply for that Thompson. For this Ghost Furnace, it's only just become marketable now. So as time goes on, you might see the minimum supply slowly rise up. But technically speaking, as of now, not even in the top 10. Silly, isn't it? But yep, that's just how things are at the moment. How low do you reckon it might go? Or do you reckon it still will hold up with its price and manage to do quite nicely? Again, if we do start seeing a whole lot more like transparent furnaces being produced, it's not going to be so special anymore. But it's still a very nice design for like the Halloween. So if you bought one just to decorate in your base, have a lovely looking like Halloween theme base and whatnot, like I don't blame you. It looks cool. But if you're considering buying about 50 or 100 or 1,000, I mean, I don't think it's looking so reliable at the moment. Let's go with that. So okay, fair enough. Pretty wild. And of course, you know, all of whiteout has to be really high. That's not a surprise, is it? Okay, so here's all the skins. In fact, if I go over to here, do we have all of the prices now? Yep, there we go. Looking nice. So let's go ahead, look at all of them, and question, do we actually want to jump in and buy any of them? So first of all, we will be looking at the wallpapers. Tree roots, remember, all of these are $3 each. But you'll notice every single one of them only really has barders up to about like $1.50. Now, we do have a few more up to $2, but that doesn't look very reliable. And again, I will also point this out. These will still be available in tomorrow's Rust Store, along with all the items that Face Punch made themselves. So all the workshop skins, they will rotate. You know, tomorrow we will see the next batch of Halloween skins. But yeah, all the things made by Face Punch should still be in with tomorrow's Rust Store. Maybe that might build up a little bit more. Again, we don't actually know how many of these actually exist. How many people out there actually went ahead and bought these? Feel free to comment below if you're one of them. Now, of course, that also applies to all the other wallpaper paints, and pretty much the exact same thing. Plenty of barders around $1. That's me right there at $1.60, so yeah. Will that hold up quite nicely throughout the rest of the year? We shall see, we shall see. But if it turns out like only like 5,000 of these were bought each, that's not that much. And you could see these rise up in price quite nicely due to a sheer scarcity. So, all right, cool. Cobweb, you only have barders kind of going up to just under $1.50. So, yep, nearly all of them are around the same. No complaints here. So, all right. Now we look forward to the Christmas ones. And if we do, I kind of do worry about these. But if they do end up like stuck at around $2, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to complain. So, cool. Now the skins. Skeleton, Burlap, let's get a quick look at these. So just remember, they also glow in the dark. But when you look at the actual like buy orders, oh my. $1.49 each, and the barders basically end at about 50 cents. About a third of the price. But we did point that out. We did say, well, don't be surprised if this happens, and well, here you go. Alright then, well, long term is the way to go. But could it drop off even harder? Could it really, really, really go down in price? It has sold a fairly decent amount, so yeah, here's what it is. Alright then, well, I'm just going to leave it at that. This is usually the smartest way to go about it. Lowball, wait it long term, hope for a collection continuation next year, and nice spike in price potentially. Now with the Bone Cultist garage door, again, with it being a garage door, immediately it has a bit of a problem. But a lot of people bought it for a reason. They do happen to like it. But, you know, how many times we kind of said that already this year? A lot. And there will be more garage doors. There will be more cool, interesting, stylish, unique looking garage doors. Perhaps it might work out, you know, in the future. But as of now, those barders aren't looking pretty. So, yeah. One thing you're going to notice with all of these Halloween skins and items, yeah, they've all gone down. Like, the barders are nowhere near to the Rust Store prices. People are fully well aware that it's much better off to just stick with a lower price buy order. But they could potentially end up with some issues if they realise, hang on a minute, people actually do like this. Or, hang on a minute, people like it because it doesn't look too Halloween-y, too Halloween gimmick. So, you, however, you're a ghost, so I don't think you can evade that. Already 30 listings, and the barders, well, the bulk of them end below $1, but you still have a few above $1. Let's see if that actually holds up. Over to here, Surgeon Hat, $1.49. Buy orders, they basically end at 60 cents. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, again, it looks like not that many people even bothered. Not that many people even, like, raced to put buy orders down, so that's pretty interesting, isn't it? Lord of the Night. If we could just quickly switch back over to here. You have done about 17,000 subscribers, but you've got like hardly any listings at the moment. So back over to here, yep, $8. But then again, give it a week or two, then look at it again. You might see it like getting a lot more listings and the price dropping off. So that isn't even cracking $1 basically. And over to here, Tooth Monster, you're like $1.49, aren't you? Well, over to here, you're barely like 50 cents. As is the Poncho, pretty much the exact same thing. And over to here, the backpack. I honestly thought this would have had a little bit more, but no, it ends at 85 cents. That's me. And over to here, the fridge. I did warn people, with it being heavily gimmicked towards Halloween, it very likely will drop off. Barders basically end about 70 cents. And then over to here, people don't really care enough about LR300s. And now we have a Halloween one. Yeah, it's next to nothing there. So overall, if you were to sit here and say, well, Hedge, what could I consider buying? What looks reliable? None of it, really. So for every single like wallpaper and every single Halloween skin, Smart Barter will probably be the way. If you're actively wanting to grab all of these skins, yeah, just put down a decent barter. You very likely will be picking them up at some point in the future. So like 10 cents higher compared to the highest buy order. It wouldn't surprise me if you actually managed to get them. So yes, all barders are low. People are questioning everything. It's seasonal skins. We've seen it happen many times in the past. We kind of wouldn't be surprised if they all do drop off. It is what it is. But perhaps you might see one or two of them actually working out quite alright. When I first looked at all the skins in my Rust rotation video, I basically said, yeah, maybe two or three of them might work out alright. But then with all the other ones, they're probably never going to recover. That's the unfortunate situation with Halloween skins. And in general, mostly with all seasonal skins though. Cool. Right, so that's pretty much everything. Tomorrow, I'm not sure when the Rust store is going to rotate. They don't need to put an update in. They're probably just going to take their time. It might be a later Rust store, we'll see. But of course, next week, when it's November Forcewipe, well, we can expect an early Rust rotation for that. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow, okay? So, cool. Right then, so yeah, pretty much everything almost matched up to the expectations of what we had with the subscriber counts, but some of them did sell less. And if you want to be up to date with all the newest non-Halloween skins that have been submitted over the past weekend, feel free to go ahead and watch my Rust Workshop skin checks for October 28, 2025. Everything is chaptered. Lots and lots of interesting collection continuations. Lots of bed skins. Anime girl bed, pirate bed, race car bed. I mean, some pretty interesting options, just saying. So, okay, cool. Let's hop out of here real quick. Let's just quickly discuss one extra little thing. So, okay, the sales, that's fine, but keep an eye out in regards to the player count, right? It has improved, but we need a little bit more. And with the, the Forcewipes we're expecting, so as you go over to here, November Forcewipe might be a bit, because it's 1 week into the actual month. Do not be surprised if we have a little bit of a drop off, because not that many people are super enthusiastic as they're still waiting for the Forcewipe to happen. Now, this Forcewipe is still expected to have some interesting changes. Seems to be a sequel to what they did to October. Now that the actual naval update's been pushed aside, they've done more tweaks and changes to balancing, more specifically with the workbenches and whatnot. So if it's about the same, if it doesn't really budge that much, I wouldn't be too upset. But also, it's still a very good number. Last year for October, what did we have? 89,000. Last year for November, we had almost 96,000. And then eventually, it all led up to almost 260,000 for the all-time peak player count for Rust. So I wouldn't worry too much, okay? So we'll see how things turn out, and we'll see how it all progresses. Cool, 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 cool. So that is essentially everything. That's pretty much, yeah, that's everything. So best of luck to you with your barders. Don't forget, we still have the rock and the boots to chase after. If we do see the pumpkin armor jacket being accepted tomorrow, I think those boots might have a bit of a boost as well. But that's if people actually want to, wear a full set of pumpkin orange. So that's it. We're expecting the prices to drop off. The expectation is, yes, they do look like they're going to drop off. But who knows? Maybe we'll see some interesting things next year. That's pretty much everything we say with every Halloween. So cool, cool, cool. Best of luck to you in your investments. As we enter November, we should now expect Christmas skins to start getting a bit of a pickup. They've suffered a little bit these past 2 weeks, but now, they're nice and appetizing. So best of luck to you. Catch you later. See you, goodbye. So, what door did we just go through? Are we back at the beginning? Blue?
No, this is another one.
Lovely. My ears appreciate. Beware the eyes. What eyes? Oh god, here you go.